Jason Plato, welcome. In what sort of mood of optimism do you approach the weekend?
Oh, you've thought about that question, haven't you, Steve? Well, do you know what? I'm always optimistic when I get to a race circuit because, you know, a lot of what we do is up in your head, and if you can come in the right frame of mind. But I must admit, it's pretty difficult at the moment to have that state of mind on board because we're struggling a bit. We you know, our car's just not as competitive as it should be, to be honest. So,
can you identify the problem, what specifically?
Well, I think there's quite a few issues. I think the game has moved on a little bit, and our car is aerodynamically not as efficient as it perhaps should be. And you know, have we still got gains to make on the cooling package, i.e. the intercooler and the way that is cooled? Because every degree you can be lower in charge temperature is worth about 3 horsepower. And you know, certainly when we're in traffic, we're very slow in a straight line. Now that can be a mixture of aerodynamics, but also it can be a mixture of we're not very good at cooling the car when we're around other cars. Because, you know, it feels to me like we're 4, 5, 6 horsepower away from where we should be. And you know, it's very difficult to make that up. I mean, we calculate at Knock Hill, we were losing 7/10 a lap on the straights. Well, I can't, you know, I can make up a bit in the corners and on the brakes, but I can't make that sort of delta up. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating at the moment, but you know, we're not giving up, and we're getting stuck in, and we'll.
And it's also frustrating from our point of view because we all love our records, and we would love to see you make a bit more of a dent in the 3 wins you need to get to the century. Did you regard that front row start at Knock Hill in race 3 as a big opportunity?
If I'm really honest, no, because I know how much we're struggling at the moment. I mean, you know, I went into it with the state of mind that, you know, I'll see what I can pull out of the bag, but I knew we didn't have the pace. But it's, you know, I guess the biggest frustration for me is if I'm following another car and they make a slight mistake, I can't gain on them, so I can't capitalise on other people's errors. Well, everyone can capitalise when they're behind me, you know, and they're quicker down the straights than I am, and that's just very frustrating because it's then very difficult to make any progress forward, and that you end up driving looking in the rearview mirror rather than looking forward, because as soon as anyone gets close, I have to go defensive, and then that slows me up even more. So yeah, it's frustrating. I'd like to make a dent in those, and also just get back to winning races and, you know, getting on the podium. That's what it's about.
On a more positive note, what's your happiest memory of this place?
Oh man, I've had a few. I've had some unhappy ones too, mine. but Jim, I can remember my first ever race here in Formula Renault in, was it 1980? God, wow. That's a long time ago.
No, it can't be 1980.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah. No, that's a fib. It's 1990.
Right.
Is that right? Yeah, 1990. And in a Formula Renault car, and it was my debut, my first ever race was here. And I can remember just how, just what a, you know, mind-numbing track it is to try and put a lap together, you know, it's probably, I would say here and probably no other circuit in the UK actually. This is probably the only one where, when you really do hang on the line, you very rarely breathe for the whole lap. It's a special circuit, you know. It's a great old school circuit, very demanding, not just in terms of, you know, for me as a driver, but also very demanding for the team because, you know, everything's a compromise here. You've got to set the car up to be quick in the fast corners, but the slow corners are probably even more important. And to make a car good in the slow corners here, by and large, it means it's going to be lively in the fast corners. So, you know, getting that balance with the engineer and getting that setup right is a real challenge, and you know, it keeps us on our toes.
Well, whatever the problems, I know you'll give it absolutely everything this weekend. All the best to you, Jason.
Thanks a lot.